I believe in that old saying, you know, it takes a village to raise a child. I believe in that AAU and the high school basketball. We can work hand in hand. There's things that you learn during AAU time. More confidence in your game as an individual. You learn how to have responsibility of preparing yourself mentally for games. As far as, you know, the AAU is a tad bit more open for student athletes, and then on the school ball end of it, you learn some things that you may not learn in AAU. As long as the two pass, you know, as long as the AAU coaches and the high school coaches respect each other's time and respect what both coaches and both programs have going, and what they're trying to build within the kid, then I believe that we can work together. Uh, just like Coach Peavy said, we need to work together. I think communication is key in any aspect. I'm really big on communication. If we reach out to each other, or we know our kids are playing for certain organizations, I think it's good to have that relationship with the AAU coaches. Another coach in the group said, let them know what weaknesses and strengths or what things that we saw, and that way we're passing them along to the AAU coach, and maybe they can help to fix those things in those young players that we see, those little basic detailed things that we see as high school coaches. They have the kids in a different aspect where they're playing more games in a quicker period of time, and so helping us out on coaching those little things. And then the same when the kid comes back to the high school, well, the AAU coach can tell us some things that they saw, and then we can work on those things, just trying to continue to build that kid. What colleges are looking at this kid? What are some of the characteristics of this kid that need work on? Where's this kid weak at? Just in general, I think that we focus a lot on basketball, but the kid is a whole person, and taking the time to focus on the kid as a whole, both AAU and high school coaches will build that kid to be better. It wasn't my first year, coach, but it was my first year at Duncanville. But I did. I'm gonna be honest. I did coach her differently. The expectations that I had for her were extremely high, and I didn't let her for 1 minute come underneath what the expectation was. The great thing about having a kid like Deja, she reached those expectations and then started chasing the next set of expectations that I had. When you have players on your team, you ask them, and this is something that I do with my players. I ask each one of my kids, what do they want? And then I look at each one of them, and everybody has a different role to make that. Usually it's a team goal of winning state. Everybody has a different role of making that happen. And whatever that role is that you have, I'm going to hold you accountable to doing that. And whether that's the role of practicing against some of the best players every day, or the role of getting out there and leading a team, or the role of defending, or whatever role that may be, I'm going to hold you accountable to that. So to ask, do you coach them differently? If you're a great coach, then I believe the answer would be yes. You have the standards for each player that you're coaching.